Good morning, everybody.
It is prom season. It's after prom parties, things like that. Now, some parents are caught in like a catch-22. They've got an underage child. They host their friends there so they know where they are, and they're not out drinking somewhere else, but they'll let them drink in their house.
Right.
But at the same time, police are warning you, you know what? You could still be breaking the law. You have to remember that it doesn't matter if it's a BYOB. You could be charged with assisting and serving alcohol.
And that's not to mention if somebody gets hurt on your
Afterwards.
property after consuming
Or
alcohol.
Not just on your property, but they get into an accident somewhere else afterwards.
Yes, so you assume that liability at that time.
So you're only allowed to have them over if you're just serving water, juice, pop, and snacks.
And that's why we don't go to Auntie Dina's house very often.
Yes. Because kids are going to probably go find alcohol and drink, and so they may do it somewhere else. So a lot of the times parents believe that if I have it under the roof of my house, I can kind of manage and inspect and see what they're doing and meet their friends. I think the key is I want to know every one of my son's friends. But then, as you said, Kev, it opens you up to getting in trouble.
And that's the argument there, right? Like having a controlled environment where mom and dad can see and be part of the process, making sure that kids are drinking responsibly, underage or not. But it's not quite an anti-prom party if it's just water.
Yeah,
so I don't know.
It's you just should be aware though. Like you know, you got to be aware that no matter if your kids are underage and they're drinking somewhere or at your place, there are liabilities that you need to look into, at least be aware of. So you're not going into this blind and saying, "Oh, I didn't know, I didn't know." I mean, I would rather, I would rather take that chance and make sure that I had an eye on my kid and his friends if I'm able to,
rather than it
happen somewhere else, like bush parties, things like that, which are atrocious.
In other places around the world, there is no drinking age. And it seems that some kids are really disinterested in alcohol. I know in Italy, for instance, they don't even have an interest in it because it's so accepted in the home and it's culturally it's there.
It's not the forbidden fruit, so they're not there trying to get it, you know, under the shadows because it's always there for their taking, and they grow up drinking it or sampling it from their nonna or nonna. It's true.
Yes.
And once all the kids leave the house, you know, after midnight or 1 o'clock, whose responsibility is it should something happen after the kids go home, making sure they do get home safely.
All right, and the police agency is saying they're not going after looking out for these, all right? If they get a complaint, though, they got to investigate it.
Yeah. Right.
They got to investigate it.
But it is good to know because you think adults are there, the parents are there, everything's okay. It might not be if the cops are called for whatever reason and they find the stuff there.
8 o'clock on Breakfast Television.